Hey guys, today is day 23 of the Gratitude Gym. And today I'm very thankful for emptiness. Today is kind of interesting because I got up early and I rolled out of bed and I started working. So I expected to be a very busy day and it turned out to be, I was very busy. But then I was, running, working. And by like 5:30 p.m., something like really strange happened. I did like the last piece of task I can think of today, and suddenly it seems like I just ran out of ideas of what to do. I didn't know what I was going to do next because I didn't have enough clarity in terms like what's my marching order next. And it is a very interesting state. I don't know, I'm sure you've been in that state before where you just like super confused. You don't know where to go, what's the next step to take, right? Nothing feels particularly inspiring. And nowadays I do everything by inspiration. So if something doesn't feel inspiring, I know that, it's likely to be, double the effort with not much result. So that's a very interesting state when I don't feel anything that I feel that I can make me excited. So, and it is also a state that is very tempting to get freaked out about because as I sat there thinking about, yeah, I don't know what to do next, and then I can just start hearing my mind goes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what's going to happen? I don't know what to do next, and it's going to be terrible. And it's just that the mind starts to go, oh my God, I'm so nervous because there's nothing for me to do now. And that means I cannot control the future. I don't know what's going to happen next. And that is a super scary place for the mind. Now, I'm exaggerating this a little bit, right? Because it's just like one afternoon. It hasn't been like, it's only been a couple hours when I was in that state. However, I have been in an extended periods of like lacking any kind of clarity, when it's constant confusion and a constant, you know, blankness about, where's my direction, what I'm going to do next. And that is a super uncomfortable state for the mind to be in because, the mind is like linear. It wants to control things. It wants to, have an agenda of, the to-do list of 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then I remind myself, you know what? If you don't feel inspired by any action, inspired to take any action, then this is the best time to not do anything. And it's really, it's for most of us, it's very hard to stay in that state of emptiness, of not knowing what's going to come next. But it's also such a necessary state for anything meaningful to happen, for any new creation to happen. Because if you think about it, creation, by definition, that something that didn't exist before gets generated and then it starts to be existing, right? So in order for the creation to happen, by definition, the prior state is nothingness, right? Because the creation is a dynamic process. If it's dormant, if the thing that's to be created is always there and it's already there, then there's no creation, right? So this state of emptiness, this state of void, this state of not doing anything, not having any direction, not knowing where to go next, is so necessary for any new creation to happen. This is like a lot of things going. Usually when you feel empty, when you feel sort of lost, don't know where to go next, it's a kind of very fertile state for new ideas and new creation to happen. However, most of us kind of sabotage that state, right? Because we are not comfortable with staying in emptiness because it's dormant, right? It's boring. And also it's like a very stressful for the ego because in emptiness, by definition, there's no life and you're not accomplishing anything. You just sit there. So it's a very, very hard thing for the ego to take on and be comfortable with. So we will try to do all kinds of things to distract ourselves to get out of that empty state. And I would, just by instinct, start trying to look for things to do. Okay, so maybe let me go like do the laundry or wash the dishes, and maybe I write another piece of article that doesn't necessarily need to be written. So I would just start looking for all sorts of ways to keep myself busy in order to get out of that empty, uncomfortable state. But, today I remind myself to not do that, but instead stay in the emptiness and let the process of creation to start on its own. The action of creativity doesn't need my help. The reason that I'm in the state of emptiness after all the frenzy activities and work is exactly because it's necessary and it's needed for what's going to happen next to emerge. So in that sense, I'm very, very thankful for emptiness, for the emptiness, the void, the lack of direction that I'm feeling now, because it's such a good, first of all, it's a fertile ground for creativity, and second of all, it's also a great training, right? Because you need to stay empty and you need to stay patient with yourself and with the universe, and in order for the next stage of activities to happen. So that is a great training for people like me who are not born with with great patience. That would not be one of my strong traits. So that's why today I'm so grateful for emptiness. And also this morning, a friend of mine sent me this prayer by Saint Francis of Assisi, and the end of the prayer it says, it's just such a great quote. It says, "It is in dying that we are born to eternal life." So to me, I interpret it as, in dying meaning going back to emptiness. And that's where all life springs forward from. And that was just such a inspiring quote. So thank you, St. Francis of Assisi, and thank you, emptiness, for being here in my life, in your life, in order for the world to continue spring forward into more life. So today is day 23 of the Gratitude Gym. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends. I'll see you tomorrow.